Nicoise, alright? So this comes into our salad part of the books you're doing. So it's part of the salads that we're doing. We've got fish, we're not going to grill it, we're going to pan fry it, okay? So the Nicoise salad is basically, normally comes with tuna. This time we couldn't get tuna, so we've just got normal fish. We're going to break it down a little bit. So, yes.
What fish are you using?
It's teriyaki, I think, that one.
Why don't you get some snap?
We've got gourmet potatoes. I've already cooked these this morning, so we don't have to wait for them to cook. Because what we're going to do is, salad Nicoise is actually a cold salad, but we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to make it a warm salad. We've got cherry tomatoes. Everyone know what cherry tomatoes are?
Best tomatoes in the world.
Yeah, if you like.
Hey.
We've got green beans. Okay. We've got capsicum. We've got a lemon for our garnish. We're just going to do a basic vinaigrette, which is basic oil and vinegar, which we want to split on the plate. So we don't want it as a solid dressing like we've done before. We want to just give it a bit of a shake up, drizzle it on, and hopefully the oil and the vinegar will split apart and it will show us a little bit of a different visual. The other thing we've got is olives. A lot of people don't like olives, but these are what we call Kalamata olives. They are very expensive and they actually taste nice as opposed to those cheap ones you get at Pizza Hut on your pizza. Okay, they actually got a bit of quality about them. Pitted means they've got the seeds removed, so they haven't got the little pip in there at all. Okay, so that makes it really easy. We can just put whole ones on the plate. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to get a pot of water on. You're going to put some salt in it because we need to. We're going to need to
Boil the beans.
cook our beans. Okay, so salted water. Put it on. To prep them, all we need to do is to pinch the end, and they've got lines that run down the side, look. Pinch the end and pull it away. If the beans are getting a little bit overgrown, you'll find that they'll have a big string that comes off it, alright? If they don't have the string that comes off, it's good, because it means the beans are good. Okay? So things like runner beans, have you heard about runner beans? Seen those? No? They will go, and you'll get a big long piece of string come off them, alright? So pinch them. And then we're going to cut them on an angle, because I want them about that sort of line. What's that, 2 centimetres? If we do them on an angle, why do you think I'm cutting them on that angle? Purely for presentation. Doesn't affect the taste, doesn't make them taste any different, cook any different. Because what the whole thing is now is that we're looking at nice presentation for everything we do, yeah? So, beans go in there. I'm just going to blanch those. What does blanch mean? Someone said it right? Yeah, that's refresh. Refreshing is rinsing them. So blanching is when you're going to cook them quickly. So we're going to put them in hot water, take them out, put them in cold water. That's called blanching, alright? So that cooks them and then stops cooking them. Capsicum. Cut your end off, check there's no seeds. Yeah, cut the white bit out. We're going to dice this. About centimetre dice, okay?
Dice what?
The capsicum. Now, don't throw any of your capsicum away. You should be able to dice it all to the right size. Tomatoes. With your tomatoes, we're going to use these for a garnish as well. We're going to cut them lengthways. Make a note that I've cut them lengthways because most of you might get that wrong. Might. Could you pass us up a couple of these? So what I'm doing, I'm prepping everything first, just so you know how it's done. Potatoes, they're pre-cooked. I came in early this morning, I cooked them and I refreshed them, okay? So I ran cold water on them until they were cold. We're just going to dice these. So make a note that I'm cutting them into 4 lengthways. And then I'm cutting them into similar sized dice as the capsicums, okay? If you've got one that's shaped like that and it's got a little noggin on the end, cut that off first. I will try and get these cooked for you for when you do it, like mine are, because then it speeds up the whole process. Otherwise, you're going to have to cook them, fresh them yourself, and as we know, they take about 25 minutes. How many portions are we going to make?
2.
Yeah, always 2. With your lemon, you're just going to cut the tips off, okay? So we're going to cut those off. You're going to cut your lemon wedge. You just want 2. Don't have them massively chunky, alright? We're not working in a pub, we're supposed to be working in a good restaurant. Check for any seeds. Just scrape the seeds out. Okay, so they're ready to go. What herb's this? Parsley. So we're going to pinch a bit of parsley, pinch it off the stalk. You're going to chop it finely by pinching your knife and rocking it backwards and forwards. For your dressing, does it have measurements for dressing on there?
No.
Yeah, it does. It has 1 tablespoon. So a tablespoon in a bowl.
What is it? Balsamic vinegar.
Balsamic vinegar, yeah. Just the black vinegar.
Oh yeah, put this.
Then you've got your olive oil.
Why you got me this? Because I played wide.
Bring it. You break your heel.
What do we do with that fish? Do we just accept that it's right? What do you need to do to it? Yeah. So you need to feel it for the bones and the scales. Can you rinse it under cold water?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's have a look at it.
Sir, I seen this thing where the bird nailed his fish to the board. Water blasted it. Blasted it. The scales came off perfectly.
Oh yeah, of the fish. When you do your fish, if you are going to rinse it, just gently pull the water off it. If you squeeze it too hard, you'll break it up, yeah? So we're doing just 2 small portions. So that's wash. I'm checking here for scales. I'm checking here for anything unwanted on there. Obviously, your fish will be kept in the fridge until you're ready to cook it, okay?
Your veggies are ready to put in the pot.
Yep. So, what we've got, just go over, we've got our fish, we've got our tomatoes, we've got our lemons, our chopped parsley, and our olives. Now that's our garnish side, okay? The actual solid part of the base, we've got our potatoes, capsicum, beans.
Do you boil the ketchup?
No, just boil your beans. Put your beans in, give them a bubble.
Only boil beans.
Yep, only boil the beans. Cold water to put my beans in once they're done. Does anyone know what this is called? It's a spoon of holes, but it's called a slotted spoon. Do I want the beans like ultra soft or not?
Yeah, that's the best way to take
No, you want them a little bit crispy, okay? So they're boiling now. The colour's going a deeper green. So I'm just going to give them a second before I pull them out. We're going to need about 5 grams of butter. And it looks a bit like that. Take your beans out. They need to, huh?
Wait, so if you were to boil your beans in the pot and then put your potatoes in, would they be able to take cross contamination?
No, you can still do that because they're both vegetables or raw. Yeah, you can boil them, but the only thing is your potatoes.
I'm gonna write that down.
But your potatoes are already cooked.
No, like, oh.
Yeah, we'll have to be able to cook for you.
Oh,
Okay. 2 frying pans.
just told 5 people. It's got nothing on this, bro.
Little bit of oil in them. Not too much. One is for the fish. One is for the potatoes or for your niçoise. Now your fish needs to be cooked last, doesn't it? So your potatoes go in. Potatoes first. Swap these around. Season them.
Season your potatoes.
With salt and pepper. Give them a bit of a whirl around. Not onto the stove.
I wrote season as in like the season.
Put your capsicum in. You may find it necessary to break the potatoes apart once you've diced them, because the starch will stick them back together. So we're going to roll them around. You've got your potatoes, your capsicum. We're basically just heating these up. Everything's cooked. Our fish. We are going to take just a little bit of flour. Shake it off. Put it in. Remember, you're putting it away from you. Once it's got a bit of heat and then warming up, we need to drain our beans. Make sure you get the water off them because they'll spin otherwise. We'll put them in there. We could put those without olives just to the side. We put our cherry tomatoes just to the side. I've put this in an oven now. Now the oven is only at 150. Okay? So you should have put that on to start with. With the fish, you're cooking your presentation side first, as always. When we grilled it, we had to turn it, yeah? We didn't turn it, but pan frying we are going to turn it. Okay, so turn it over when we've got a bit of colour on it.
Are we using 2 fillets?
2 portions, yeah. Now, butter burns, okay? So that's why we're leaving it till last. We're just going to put a little bit of butter in at the end. That's going to put a tiny bit more oil in there because I can see it's quite dry in the pot. We don't want to deep fry it. We just want a little bit in there to stop it sticking, alright?
I just want the oil to fish before you put it in.
That's brilliant. This is shallow frying. Okay, so shallow frying means that it's how much oil? Tiny bit. Deep frying means how much oil? Heat. So heat control is really important here. This ring is actually quite hot. So how do we tell if it's cooked? Just press down it slightly. When you get to this point, pull it aside, put a bit of butter on it, like that. And then I'm going to put that just in my oven for a couple of minutes as well. With my plates, hot or cold? Hot. Make sure they're all on. Press it, hot. That's actually all good.
How do you, what is it for if it's soft?
Yeah, it just sort of gives away. Yeah, that just slips away there.
Like it's flaky.
Yeah. So, fish is cooked. We can put a little bit of parsley over the top. Season it. We're going to take our hot plates out. Like that. We're going to check they're clean and free from moisture. Next thing we're going to do, boys, want to go unevens, alright? So, either 3s or 5s. If you go 4s, it looks funny. Now I cut an olive up for you guys to eat and I forgot that I didn't replace it, so we're one short. But you guys won't be. This is our potatoes, our beans, and what else we put in it? Capsicum. So that goes in the middle of the plate. We don't need to squash it into a ring for this one, but we want to keep a little bit of height on there.
Sour cream.
On it goes. Then we take our fish. Fish goes on the top. Next thing we do, this is our dressing. Remember I said dressing that we want to split? So I want you to mix it up with a whisk. Now because it hasn't got mustard or anything in it, it's not going to emulsify. So we split it, whisk it together, take our spoon, you just want to drizzle that around. But I want that to split. I don't want it to stay as one. Because that is the look I want.
Squeeze some lemon on, see?
We've got a little bit of lemon wedge on the top.
Make it look nice.
Take your clean towel, wipe any drips up that you've got on there. Okay, so that is your salad niçoise. Okay, done, dusted.